The latest news came from
That's the moon. That's the moon with a big line over it. Signs in the sun, the moon, and the stars. It changed position too. It was above it, now it's going behind it. Oh, come on. I can't even rewind a video without an ad. That's the moon. The giant object over it. Kind of looks like a halo. Green light, but nobody's going. Skip their ads. Alright, here we go. Welcome back, folks. Alright, I wasn't really ready for that quite yet, but let's just get the show on the road, shall we? Welcome back, everybody. I'm back. Missing in action. Not me, but a fellow spiritual warrior. A very valuable individual was missing and feared dead. But the good news is that he just returned just about a couple hours ago. Been searching the battlefield, no man's land for 2 days, all day, all night today. And I knew that he went out on patrol and went out after alone after hours and never returned in the morning. I wasn't at breakfast this morning and went out on patrol many times searching, and I could hear them out there hunting for him, laughing and howling and just sweating bullets, going, "No, this can't be happening. This is my best buddy. I mean, we've been sleeping in the same barracks for 16 years now." So, very valuable individual in the spiritual warfare department was missing in action and through dead and just returned home. And I never realized how dear to me he was until feared dead and missing in action. So, just thankful God brought him home in one piece. That was the only thing held me together today while I was out searching, was just knowing that it's in God's hands. You just gotta try to let go and let God, but it's hard, man. I was a wreck all day today. Anyway, I'm better now. I wasn't even gonna stream tonight because I was still out on patrol looking for my buddy. Buddy's back and eating and getting rehydrated and probably gonna get some rest. It's hard knowing your buddy's out there in the field being hunted and can't reveal his location and has to sneak his way back home in the dark. And we all just kind of grit our teeth and wait until dark and hope that the training kicks in. This guy's badass. He's got natural night vision, man. We call him, well, I can't tell you what we call him, but this cat is cool, man. He is definitely been there through thick and thin with me through everything, and just relieved to see him home. So is his family. So there was a celebration when he returned, and a lot of relief for me because I've been a wreck all day out in no man's land searching for my buddy. So we can all breathe a sigh of relief. And before I get any further off the subject, I do have family members in my history that are missing in action. World War II. My grandfather's brother was a pilot shot down and is missing in action. So we have MIAs in our family. I know some of you out there might have some too, and the hardest part is not knowing what happened to him, and I figured my buddy was gonna get eaten. I mean, these bastards will eat him, and I'm like, no, I don't want to see my buddy eaten alive, so just thankfully returned. I was gonna ask for your prayers, but it was in God's hands, and thankfully, he's learned a lot of courage through this whole process, and it took a lot to make it back. So I'm really proud of him and just thankful to have him back. Anyways, let's get on with tonight's report. Here we are. Let's try this again. Here we are, June 26th, 2023. I'm still regaining composure here. Here's our event, and it's all choppy and jumpy, and we're going to go through this frame by frame because we got some missing in action going on in here as well. It's like God is playing this MIA, this game with me, torturing me. Anyways, let's get started here, shall we? How do we get to opening frame? All right, so boom. Let's get started right here. And are we zoomed in tight enough? Just gonna do this before you, I think. That's probably good enough for the moment. Okay, I just want you to see today's date, June 6th. We're at 0 hours. Our event is underway right here a little bit. That's not the main event though. Right, here we go with this blast coming off the top right here. Okay. Excuse me. Still winded from all of this. I forgot to thank everybody tonight in the chat room, and thank you everybody that's here and that watches this later. So let's continue. So we're at 436 right now, and we're starting to have this event unfold out of the top. Now as we proceed through this, it progresses upwards, kind of not upwards, but kind of coming at us over the top. Okay, you can make out a small, ooh, I think our missing data is now back. No, this is a small little object out front here. That's not the one I was looking for. Anywho, we have that small event. This is, whoops, this is the one right here that I want to talk about. So here we are. Let's back up the frame. All right, so it starts around 11:48 right here. Here's our instrument reacting. Then we have this event coming up right here. And as, whoops, what happened there? We jumped from 12:48 to the next frame, 20:02. Uh-oh, missing in action. We have frames that are missing in action. Just like everything else. Oh, God, this is getting crazy. So we jump from there to there. All right. So we'll just pick up there for the moment. I will take you to the missing frames. Don't you worry. I know where to look. Unfortunately, in this frame right here is a blatantly obvious object. I mean, it's... Here, let's zoom in on it for you, shall we? Okay. Here we go. Thank you all for your prayers. I can hear them still. So this perfectly round looking object right here, it's in shadow part way. The other half has a bunch of plasma going over it. Okay, there appears to be something that was out here and possibly a secondary or a third, possibly a fourth. This could be a clump of objects. This one out front, let's see. We can't back up to that because that's the next frame. So we just jump to this event right here, and that's at 20, what did I say? Yeah, 20:02, okay? So pick up at 20:02, and then this event progresses outwards. Let me get this just right for you folks. Because I want you to be able to see these secondary objects. Boom, second, third, okay? Just kind of use your trained eye. The trained eye can see this stuff now. If you've been here for a minute, you know whether you have it or not. Okay, so that is our scattered loop, and I'm just going to let the loop play because the motion is kind of important too. So let me just kind of center the frame a little better there. I'll let you see the top event, how it just jumps and skips away. All right. The first top event is there. That first one, this first event, all the data is there, and there was an object in it. But the second one coming off the top is missing all that event, and then it picks up at the tail end of this. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna step out, scroll down, and go over to good old stereo A, shall we? And quite the different effect we got here. We got all the data on this one. And let's just go marching through this, shall we? Okay, let's pause it, opening frame. Ooh, what a shot that is right there. what a shot that is right there. I mean, you can totally see it. Anyways, we got to back up though. Previous frames. Okay, so let's start off with our event. Boom. You can see it erupting off the top of the sun here. There's a really good shot of it right there. Shall we? Okay, let's zoom, on the red side. No, thank you. I want the red side. There you go. There is your dark round black object being wrapped with plasma. I mean, it's only blatantly obvious. If you see a face, it's probably there. The faces have been going off the hook. Faces in the clouds, faces in everything. It's just getting quite annoying, actually. But yeah, if you're seeing some kind of face, it's probably there. Some of them are just so undeniable that I don't get how you could deny them. Anyways, here is our object captured nice and perfectly clear. No wonder why they deleted that data. Do you think? Yeah, well, I don't give up. I just keep hunting until I have victory. That's why they sent me out in no man's land to go find this guy. No one else can do it. No one else can do it. And I could hear him. I could hear him out there, and I realized, oh shit, he's not going to reveal his location because it's daylight out. I got to wait until it gets dark. And then we went out, night vision and everything, and I realized the moon's still out. He can't come out until the moon goes down. Son of a bitch, we're going to be stuck here till wee hours of the morning. Sure enough, as soon as that moon went down, about an hour after it got nice and dark, I hear him coming, bang, right through the gate, dude. Just in the nick of time, too. We were all gearing up to go on a hunting party and have to do a lot of damage. I do not like to have to do that, so thankfully it returned. Anyways, here is your missing in action data. It's returned, okay, and quite a shot we got there, I would say. Wouldn't you? I think so. So let's just, I want to see just a couple more frames here, but I want to keep it in frame. So let's back up. Let's go through these juicy details, shall we? So starting right about here, you can see it just blossom, the plasma wrap all the way around it. It's basically almost all the way around it. Next frame, it's still there. That's a beautiful shot right there, too. Here it comes right at you, going right over your head. And, oh shit, I did not see that. Whoops. Here's our object that we've been watching. Back behind it is a bigger one. You see this plasma reaching up to the, see this stuff draping out like that? It's like almost like a hand doing this. of basically lightning plasma that's reaching up to the underside of a bigger object that's back behind it. This is just the moon that's right. You can actually see it takes a chunk out of the. Wow, I got to get this better for you guys. Lord, the ones that are seeing this, give them strength. The others that can't see it, maybe they shouldn't. Anywho, uh, yeah, we're looking at this is a moon that's rotating around a bigger one in the background. You can see the candelabra type effect right here with the plasma, almost like fingers reaching up, draping around the bigger one. You can the smaller one actually breaks the circle of the bigger one. The bigger one, the radius or the circumference of it, sorry, the circumference of it cuts through the other moon. Just doesn't cut through it. The moon actually blocks it for a minute there. And I'm just gonna start zooming in because I don't think I got it good enough for you to see that effect. But we're getting there. Let's zoom in one more right about there, I think. That should do you proper. Okay, the actual arc of the big one goes right through here where the smaller one is cutting through it a little bit. Yeah, it's still not doing it justice. I'm going to get it in your face until you can see what I mean. There we go. Okay, you can see how the glow, the bigger one in the back, the plasma that's draping over the edge of the back one, is being blocked out by the little moon that's right in front of it. See it now? And as we continue to scroll down, well, we got it at this. Now, do you see this like hand effect? It's like holding a bowling ball with the fingers or whatever, right? And a hand cupped around it. Watch out. Here comes a strike coming right down the lane. Dang, look at that shot right there. That gives you everything. It gives you the little moon out in front of it. It gives you the bigger object back behind it and the fingers. Wow, that is quite a shot. I wasn't expecting that. I was just looking to see if this showed up on the other, on stereo A. And you know what? We need to do this justice and back out just one right there. Right there. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of speechless for a second. I gotta grab something to drink here. I've had a little rough day, so hang in there. Oh. Okay. We got to keep moving on though, but we'll come back to this shot or something. I'll have to make that a thumbnail. Good Lord. Thank you, Lord, for showing me this. This reminds me of the shot that I got in back in 2017 when this thing first arrived. Oh, joy. So let's get back to business here. Let's fire off these next frames. See how those fingers are still reaching out to it? That's still a good shot. You can see the bigger one back there in the darker circle. Over here on this side, shit. This is starting to show it on this side pretty well too now. This one I didn't capture as well as this side did. Sometimes the red side, especially stereo A, really captured it. And you know what I'm totally neglecting this whole time too, because it's just such an amazing shot. is the other object exiting over here. Here, let's just zoom in. To our other object, dark, round, spherical object, totally draped in plasma. Okay, there's our other object. See, this is probably another moon, just like this, to this bigger object. It bounced off these magnetic field rings. There's like layers of magnetic fields that go around the sun. They have the donut shape, okay, but there's layers, and as some of these penetrate into the deeper layers, they hit a layer and bounce off. Well, as this object with its little moons approached, it bounced north, and this one bounced off to the left. All right, however you want to just look at it. Oh, boy, that shot is something. I can't. Ow. Hurts to look at. I want to go one more frame while we're still zoomed in like this. What happens if we just go into the other spectrum? Wow, look at that. You can see, you can see the flames. This plasma turns into flames licking up the sides of this big black object. It's like a hand wrapped around this black spheroid object here, and you can see the little black spheroid moon. Let's get this shot just. Wow. And, oh, I got you right there. All right. I want you to see how these flames are just kind of wisping and licking. They've turned from plasma into fire, and now they're just like going up around this black round object right here. And it has its little black moon now. You know, it's darker now because there's not so much plasma around it. Here's the other moon that was with it, some other pieces. This looks like a face screaming right here. Ooh, we almost had it right. Right there. Wait a second. Do I see something bigger back here? Hold up just a second. Sorry, folks. I really didn't get a chance to look at this instrument at all. I just fire up and go when I get a break from the battle. And reconnaissance. Oh my God. Alright, you guys are witnessing this stuff with me. We're going to have to... Alright, sorry. We'll get through this here. Alright, let's zoom back out and finish marching through this and look at the other instruments. We got some other stuff to report, so we got to move on. Okay, so all the objects kind of move out of frame. There was something else going on over here. Another object right here exiting or bouncing off, trailing along. That's what I'll say. This little one was trailing along this event right here with this. Whoa, I see it now. It's like one of those masks. Oh, whoa, wait a second. Oh, dude, it has eyes and everything. All right, we got to get this one. Sorry, we're doing something different tonight. The other instruments are just going to have to, they're just going to have to wait for a minute because this I got to capture right now while I got it. Bear with me for a minute while we dial in on this. Oh, dude, the eyes are so... Alright. Right here, the eyes. Alright, here's the mouth. It looks like it's a mustache. It's a face with a mustache. Here's his ear. I'm trying to get this for you so you guys see this face. Dude, the eyes are just oh so spookily real there. They are there. Totally there. We're getting this. I'm going to the max zoom which I can here, and we're just gonna you can see the pupils in the eyes. Boom, boom. This is the nose coming down. It looks like he has a mustache. You can see his ear back here. Wow. And these are like the eye sockets, the deepening part, the eye sockets. Here's the bridge of the nose, the tip of the nose, his cheekbones. Wow. I mean, you guys really got to see these eyes. I mean, this is not doing it justice at all. Sorry, I'm trying not to take the camera out of the tripod, or else we get in the stream and stuff. To those eyes. That is definitely there. That is definitely a face. It's not a joke. All right, well. Sorry, I keep moving it back and forth. I'm trying to get it to look good on the camera for viewing later, just in case this data gets taken down or something like that. Lately, that's been happening. Oh yeah, these eyes are just so the pupils are even there. That's the spooky part. Is just the iris, the pupil on both eyes. I really wish this was capturing it better. This camera sucks at capturing the red side. You know what you guys need to do? Come over here to this instrument. This is stereo A, and we are on. Let me zoom out and find the frame. And that way you guys can come over and reference this and go look closer at it yourself. We are at 1923. Actually, it's better. Right here, displaying frame 23 of 30. So stereo A of 2026, or 6/26 of 2023 has that face right in it, right there. I'll have to take more time to look at it and analyze it and see what's going on. It looks like he has a bandana on his head or something. Almost like a pirate bandana or something. Anyways, wow. I gotta get away from this and keep moving on. You guys, I'm sorry, but we have to keep moving on. But yeah, quite the face right there. It almost looks like one of those masks that you put on that has the eyes cut out and then it has the sad face on it or whatever. You hold it up with a stick. Blown away, blown away. Just as we do this, it's not even a joke anymore. We're just finding this live together, you guys. And these objects contour the plasma to make these faces. It's like God is using these spheres to draw plasma in certain directions to contour things and make faces, make scenes. He's doing the same thing with the clouds. It's nuts. If you guys could see what's going on in your clouds, you would shit. You wouldn't go outside. You wouldn't go outside without praying if you knew it was in your skies. You guys, you guys should pray every time you do go outside anyway, because you're going out into the jungle. You're driving on the roads with people that are on their cell phones. All right, I gotta keep moving. We're probably gonna have to skip a bunch of stuff in the report tonight, but here is your GOES X-ray flux. It's basically showing all the multiple rounds of objects that we've had hit the sun. It wants to be at the seafloor. You can tell every time we have something, it goes right back down to the seafloor. Boom, boom, boom. Unless something else comes along, keeps it up just a tad bit, but it wants to suck right back down to the seafloor again. So all this activity that you're seeing, all those objects, bing, 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 bing. So for the last few days while I've been gone, it's been quite active. Okay, and I would like to take you back to other days and show you other objects and stuff here, but let's try to wrap some of this other stuff up first. C flare 99%, 10% X flare. Last time we had 10% X flare, we had an X flare. So we're watching 3340. It's beta gamma. That's 3354. This one, okay. That's not the one, but that's our latest new one. Don't really care too much about that. Here, our R1 radio blackout. You can see that it kind of just missed the west coast there. Oops. The main part of it did. I'm just trying to enlarge this thing. Okay, the red part, the most intense part was out and hit Hawaii, but it was out mainly in the Pacific. Some of the other weaker bands hit the west coast, but nothing too bad. Looks like maybe up here in Russia got hit a little bit, but it was only an R1, which is a minor radio blackout. Nothing too big. And another inbound wave of energy hit us, is basically what that is. Or it's either that or we had a decent sized flare that may have caused that. I don't really feel like dealing with too much more of this instrument, but let's just check out our tracker real quick while we're here. Please, Lord, we have the tracker. Thank you. See if this has anything. Aha, so it has our 1 CME coming off this way, but nothing about that. There was two. Remember we watched the second one come off this way, but there's one that came off the north. That kind of it's not coming. This is looking straight down at the top of the sun, the top of the earth, all right? So you're looking at our solar system from the top down in this view. Here we're looking at the side. We're the sun's right here, the earth is here, and this is going kind of south of us, south of the planet. Sometimes I say it goes above us, and sometimes I say it goes below us. Well, this is the northern hemisphere, this is the southern hemisphere. So when something goes this direction, it affects the southern hemisphere. Up here, it affects the northern hemisphere. Get it? Got it? Good. It doesn't see, see it pops right here. Right, it's not right on top of us, but it is near us, so it will have some kind of effect. These objects they're all coming here to Earth. I hate to tell you that, but the Earth is like the center of the universe right now because of the grand finale that's going on. God's here on Earth right now, and every entity in the universe is coming here to see what he's doing. And here are our auroras. Decent green bands, nothing yellow or red, but we are absorbing energy. This energy gets directed to the poles like this, absorbs here, gets directed down to the core. The core heats up and expands outward. Then the shell that rotates around the core heats up and expands as well, because it's metal too. Except it can't expand outward and upward because of all the magma and the pressure squeezing down on it from on top, plus the crust of the surface. The crust is like a shell that locks it in. So the only way the shell of the core can expand is back down inward towards the core. So you got the core expanding outward while the shell is expanding back down onto the core. And they grind on each other and cause the Schumann resonance to squeak and pull off these big white lines and stuff, okay? Now, right now we're chugging right along here. What's going on with my focus? Give me some focus, Lord, right now, please. Thank you. I'm here playing games right now. All right, let me center this for you. What are you playing? All right, that's good enough. 7.8 going across here. You can see it's a little wobbly. It gets strong and then weak, and strong and weak, and strong and then weakens. Okay, we had a little screech event here. So we're plugging right along forward in reverse. But what I didn't want to report on the other night, and it's still kind of here, is this stoppage again. It's a small one. It's really faint, but right in there, there's a very thin line of where it stopped for a second. So we're having these events that where the core and the shell stop. What is going on with my focus? There we go. Sorry. I think it's the pointer. Anyways, we're having these events where the core and the shell are stopping and the magnetic field drops and the Schumann stops humming, because that's what makes 7.83 hertz hum, is the shell rotating around the core. It's like a gyro. It's like an electric motor. You spin it inside the magnetic field, it creates a magnetic field. You spin it inside the shell like that, those two rotating, whether it's the core rotating inside the shell or the core standing still and the shell rotating around it, either way, that generates the electromagnetic field that protects us from all the harmful stuff in space. Okay? And not just all the gamma rays and exotic particles, also protect us from entities. And when the field drops like that, all kinds of particles come through, as well as entities. And boy, have I been getting busy. As we continue on here, you can see it's kind of wobbly, but it's plugging right along. And we had one last little screech event right here, but no stoppage. So at the current moment, we're still plugging right along. Looks good. Here we are, the SO2 emissions. This is country divided still. Until we have some action in Washington, this country will be divided. Until we take out these criminals. And the Justice Department too. I can't go there right now. But where I can go is right here to Georgia and right above Florida. This bald patch now, where there's no more gas seeping out in this area. Just these little pockets right here. But we do have a relief patch right here. Look at this. It's like a carved out section right here of relief. Answered prayers right there. Okay? You guys might not recognize it, but I do. That right there is answered prayers. Okay? And you're looking at a bunch of criminals, and this area has been the hotbed for a lot of criminality for a long time. Now you're looking up in Canada, all these fires. Fires that are being started are from underground. This is the sulfur emissions from the gas surrounding the magma down below. That magma is coming right up to the surface now. It's pushing this gas out in huge plumes. Look how dark and big this plume is now in Canada. Canada has some issues now. Probably because of that dude Trudeau, that guy, the tyrant that has fake eyebrows. Yeah, and tries to tell everybody what to do while he prances around like a fairy with fake eyebrows. Yeah, that dude. Yeah, he's probably the reason why this country's gonna burn down. I feel sorry for him. We got the same issues. And look at this country. They got issues too, don't they? Look at everybody having issues, aren't they? Mm-hmm. And this is all underground. This stuff you can't do anything about. It's just going to continue. Look at Cuba turning purple now, like Java was, and same with Jamaica. Both islands are purple, and they have been for a while. I just don't report on it too much because I don't really. I know what's going on there. I'm trying to stay apolitical because my tongue wants to say all sorts of mean, nasty things, but my heart says, tone it down, Brian. So all these individual sites just riddling South America, the coastline of South America, still, okay? And back, what, a few years back, there were 3 little dots like this or something in California, and everybody flipped out, dude. They were like, oh my God, the end of the world. Oh, there's 3 dots all in California. And the whole world, like, stuttered and took a big deep breath. I don't see anybody even paying attention anymore. And we're bleeding out, dude. And nobody even seems to give a shit. Except for the few viewers I got. Well, that's about it. And here's Australia having its issues, and your purple island of Java still continuing. Most of the intensity is up at this point right here by the channel. Okay, here's the channel between the 2 islands right here, and that's where Krakatoa is, and Merapi right here, still probably going off, going crazy. All the volcanoes are going nuts. They're hiding it. They're not reporting it. They're telling you all this other junk to keep you distracted from all these real serious freaking issues that we got. Oh, nothing to see here. There's only, hey, 3 dots. Stop the end of the world. We got, how many we got right here? I don't know. Let's go up to America again. What's going on with America again? Where's the media on this? Where's anybody? Where's the science? Where's the community? Where are these fucking clowns on this shit? I'm sorry I'm using profanity, but I am absolutely perplexed at where's anybody reporting on this. Okay, I gotta move on. I don't want to even see anything else from that instrument right now. Okay, let's get over here to the earthquakes. Starting off at our deep spot here by Fiji. Fiji, such a beautiful island. I've been there. Very, very, it's still quite quaint. I have dirt roads and stuff still. I did when I was there. Anyways, just off of Fiji, we got the 2 entry points right here into this system, and right here going into the system down to New Zealand. And right in this area is where we have our deep quakes. Let's check this one. It's a 4.8 at a depth of 157. That's not it. That translates to about a 5 at the surface. Down here we have 4.9 at a depth of 10. That's 5 at the surface again, that 5 energy. Here's 5.2 at a depth of 35. Okay, so there's some 5 energy that's coming down here. So is this our deep quake? There it is, right there. It's a 4.3 at a depth of 508. And let's timestamp this. This is 1:58 on the 27th, basically 2 o'clock on the 27th. This is recent. And this is just like a couple hours ago. Okay, so we just had this deep quake. So this is not responsible for this energy being scrubbed off right now. But you see how it entered the system and has traveled kind of south, and it did its thing here, but never really entered this system. Look how, get this out of there. One more right in there. Look how naked, excuse me, yes, naked, this whole part of the upper system is. There is no quake activity all through this area. Look how quiet. What's this one lone quake? A 4.5 volcano island. We better check that. It's at a depth of 94. That's 4.7 maybe, but let's go see this volcano island, shall we? And it's not at the island. I don't even see our island around. Alright, well, unless it's like one of these little peaks right around here. But I'm not going to go hunting around right now. I got too much to do. Okay, so nothing has really, I don't even count that. It's a mouse part. Over here on this side, this is very minimal, but look, we got 4.4 to depth of 183. So 4.5 to 6, 7 at the surface there. 4.9 at a depth of 10. 4.7 at depth of 10. So our high to mid to high range 4s creeping up here. Nothing on the fulcrum. But over here at this fulcrum, we jumped off a couple. Wow, I felt a cool breeze right across my hand. And there's no windows. Interesting. 4.1 at a depth of 144. That translates to 4.5 maybe, or mid 4, right around there. There's a 4.6 at a depth of 129. So our mid-range 4s right there, jumping off at the fulcrum point here at India, but nothing in Europe, nothing on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, nothing down south here. Just these two. Boom. 4.7 at a depth of 249. That's a deep zone right there. It's at our fulcrum point. See how there's a fulcrum point right here on the fault line, and then there's one right here topographically. Bingo! Right there. See it? Translates to this one right here on the beach, doesn't it? And right in between them, in this little weak zone, is your 4.7 up on the mountains there, down in them, down below them at a depth of 249. Okay, so one little scrub there and one little scrub here, 4.6. So all mid 4s. So really kind of quiet on our activity and the strength of stuff right now. So a quiet earthquake map right now. Let's get over to this forecast map and bang this sucker out real quick. Oh, we got lots of data on this round. Last time I checked this, it only had three little frames of data. Oh, crap. We're going to have to go a long way in this one. What's going on? Am I too zoomed in? Alright. Right about there. I'm going to leave the date and time right there. Take a sip of dragon, a quick prayer, and I'll be right back. Thanks for bearing with me, you guys. A rough 2 days before the MIA event. That was just to top off about 2.5 days of continuous battle. Thank you for giving them strength. What are we gonna do for tonight's gym? I didn't even think of that, Lord. Okay. Which one in the notes do you want? Thank you. Okay, I'm back. Thanks for bearing with me there. I'm going to just walk away from this show for a minute. You guys let me do that, so that's very gracious of you. So thank you for forgive me for that. Alright, back to where I was here. Let's get this loop played up. There's a lot to report on here. I'm really kind of hesitant to do all of it because it's going to change. So we will cover the next couple days and any other important events. We'll focus more on that. Okay. Whoops. Trying to get to the end of this loop. And bingo. There's an opening frame, current conditions. This is June 27th, the morning hours. Okay. Here we go into the noon hours of the 27th. The end of convection, the 27th. Our blossoms say here in Kansas, probably Texas, Kansas, this area right here is going to be a bullseye. I'd watch the mountains here as well as the Sierras. We've been having terrain-induced thunderheads that are induced by the air pushing up over mountains and convecting up at higher altitudes. Okay, so watch your mountainous regions for convection during the day, and keep an eye on those thunderheads. If they anvil out, keep an eye on them. You might get your own little hailstorms and stuff. So let's just keep going here. So this is the end of convection tomorrow, or June 27th now. It blossoms more overnight again, you guys, into 3 separate areas. Now, middle of Kansas, up here in North Dakota, and a spot here in Nebraska. So 1, 2, 3. There's even a 4th spot up here in Canada. So right down this line, bing, 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 bing. Okay, these things spread out and hook up together. They turn into a derecho or something. So we got to be careful with this weather. Excuse me. Ow. Forgive me. All right, that's the morning hours of the 28th. Noontime and the end of convection, June 28th. You can see as it tries to blossom right here late in the day, right in these mountainous regions and up in here. Here's a central spot with some heavy thunderstorms there. Now, let's hope it kind of stays that way, doesn't blossom too much. But here we are in Nebraska. Here we are up in Canada some more. Okay, that's the overnight hours into the 28th. Into the 29th, sorry. Now we're the morning of the 29th, the noon. End of convection, the 29th. Then it blossoms again at nighttime. Nocturnal thunderstorms, heavy hail, not monsoon, but possible derecho type events happening here. Okay. June 29th. You know what? Right now, oh shit. I was going to go back and check what happened on the 26th. This is what happened on the 26th, what we just reported on. So, what just happened today will be hitting us on the 29th during this already predicted event. Okay, this is predicted without the influence of the inbound object and all the energy that it's bringing with it. I am telling you right now, these spots anywhere now. See how these things hook up here in the middle? It could be anywhere. Last time it was Ohio and they didn't see it. They predicted here or there, and so this whole area, just everybody be on your toes. Watch your skies, okay? It's not a game anymore. This is life and death. Every day when you go out there, you have no idea if the field is down or not, if we're going to have inbound objects or not, if your weather is going to behave properly, or if it's just going to say, screw this GFS model, I'm going to do what I want to do. That's why this is beginning to get so unpredictable anymore, because they're not. I wish I had a lab. I wish we had instrumentation so I could take these readings and add it to these stupid models. Ugh. So frustrating. So frustrating. No lab. I'm stuck with this broken equipment too. It's all I can do to bring this to you anyway. So let's just continue on. It blossoms It's going to blossom hard on June 29th. This is overnight. We're talking nocturnal thunderstorms, possible nocturnal tornadoes on June 29th at nighttime. Going into June 30th, the morning, it dissipates, really dissipates at noon. There's the end of convection, though, here again, along the foothills of the Rockies, and it wouldn't surprise me if it happens here in the Sierras. We'll see. We're still due for like 3 more days of junk out west, I know. Anyway, this is the end of convection. Watch out here in Wyoming, South Dakota, Colorado, Wyoming, Colorado, South Dakota, up here in the Panhandle of Texas, even down to Mexico. And then what the hell is going on here? What the hell is that? Snow? I'm sorry, folks. I'm just had a rough day. Yeah. Oh no, they put the high pressure symbol in there. That's what it is. It's an H with the millibars, but they don't read the millibars. Whew, I thought it was blue on this over here for snow. I'm going, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, thunder snow is possible, and these thunderheads get really high, but I'm like, no, that can't be possible. All right, anyways, it's the lettering. My bad. But down here again, they're showing red and yellow in there behind this letter. It seems like they're trying to cover it up with this letter, really. That's what it appears to be, but all along the foothills of the Rockies, even down here in New Mexico, here in Alabama, Georgia, Illinois here has a little spot. All this green area, just watch out, okay? These downpours, I don't know if you guys are paying attention to Mike from around the world or not, but you better start. You better get your ass over to Paul Begley's channel and start listening every Thursday night to Mike, okay? I know this individual, and he is trying his best to break the news to you the best he can. So go over there, catch the last show that he did just a couple of days ago. Okay, there's some very vital information that will help all this stuff make sense as well. Okay, and in there he starts to warn you about your storms. Okay. Pardon me. I'm on fire today. I have adrenaline from the battlefield still running through my veins. So let's progress. Oh, you did not just see that. That's the end of convection. But no, that's the end of convection. It blossoms into the midnight hours with severe thunderstorms in South Dakota, Nebraska, Kansas, Panama, Texas, Oklahoma, all the way down into Mexico. This whole front right here, watch out. June 30th, the 27th, whatever happens to the sun today, let's pray it's a quiet day, because any energy that comes off the sun today, the 27th, will affect this on the 30th. We got objects to stop, you guys. And you can. Your prayers are the only thing that has power to do this. I can't impress upon you how important your prayers are, you guys. It's time to take them like life and death. This is serious now. We're in spiritual warfare. You guys better understand that here soon. Alright, this is an important frame right here. I'm going to zoom in on this just so you guys can see it better. Alright, sorry I'm doing this, but that way you guys can take a peek. This is the nighttime hours now, alright? It blossoms, so you're going to be having severe thunderstorms, possible tornadoes, okay? These are little pockets, all these little yellow things, they can jump together. They can mold together, and the last couple of times they've been doing these like derecho type events where it becomes one big frontal boundary with a big wall cloud that just comes through at 100 miles an hour. and they got to set off tornado sirens everywhere because the front itself is over 100 miles an hour. Okay, it's like one big long tornado band almost. So you guys really pay attention. I would start evaluating the outdoors of your house. How are you going to batten down the hatches? How are you going to manage floodwaters? Do you have sandbags? Can you seal up your house? What happens if the water comes creeping up your slider door and you got 6 inches of water at your slider? Can you tape off that boundary around the base of it to keep that water out? How are your windows? Do you have two pane windows or are you a single pane window? Check out your basements. How are you going to drain lower land, lower lying areas? Do you have a small dried up creek next to your house? Look for where there was water runoff a long time ago that could possibly turn into a flash flood area. Start evaluating your surroundings. I'm going to tell you something that's of major importance right now, and it's situational awareness. I see people driving all over the roads with their head up their ass, so deep into their phone conversation, they don't even know they're on the road. There could be a pothole, there's gonna be a sinkhole in the road here soon. You're just gonna fly right in because you're texting Martha or whatever. It's time to pull your heads out of your ass and start being situationally aware. There's stuff that's about to go down in this country, and if you're not prepared for worst case scenarios, you're going to be caught off guard. When you go into a building, do you know where the exits are? Or are you just going to count on the one that you came in? Because everybody else is going to count on that one too, and something happens and they all flood the door, you're going to be stuck in that mess. Or are you going to be the smart one who knows where the emergency exit is or has worked in this facility before and knows where a back door is? It's time to start being aware and prepared and pray up. Get your armor on every day. The devil's out there doing push ups coming to kick your ass. You better be doing push ups every day too. Spiritual push ups. Praying. Being on your knees ain't all that bad. It shows you mean business. When you say Heavenly Father in Jesus' name and you're on your knees, you are being heard. I don't know why I'm doing this in the middle of a weather report. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just on fire today. When it comes to saving lives and saving souls, I take it 1,000% seriously. I take this more seriously than you guys take your own lives. You don't even know. You guys drive around with a cell phone and texting. You don't even give a shit about your life or the people around you. Me, I'm out there trying to save lives, trying to save souls. I do push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups. I run 70 miles on 2 shattered hips every day to kick this devil's ass. It's time you guys toughen up and start doing the same. You guys gonna have to grin and bear it because it's coming. All right, and the spiritual tests have just begun. I'm gonna zoom back out of this and try to finish this report. I'm losing my mind. Okay, boom. It dissipates in the morning into July 1st. Dissipates some more into the noon hours, except for right here in Nebraska. Then, do you see this jump? It takes all this energy, and from noontime into convection, it drives it right into here and just blossoms right in this area. And we're talking northern Arkansas. This is going to be Illinois, Indiana, Missouri, northern Arkansas, Kentucky, this whole area, and it could be offset by just a little bit and hit Ohio or hit over here or hit back here or a little north or a little south. This thing isn't pinpoint precise, okay? And this is July 1st, depending on what kind of energy we had the sun come off the sun on the 28th will dictate what happens as far as this. Just I'm going to keep going. It blossoms hard overnight. This is July 1st, you guys. In the midnight hours, 1, 2 in the morning, all hell's going to break loose through the Ohio River Valley. You're going to have tornadoes, severe thunderstorms, derecho type winds. You're going to have heavy hail, large hail. This thing connects and kind of droops back down into Mexico here. I don't even want to go over to Knoll School and see the flow just coming right at us like that. Then it finally dissipates in the morning time, not overnight. That's blossoming overnight. It dissipates in the morning hours, still with some in West Virginia. The noon of the second, end of convection the second, right here we're talking Tennessee, Kentucky area this time, all along this boundary. Whoa. So it didn't blossom too hard, but it did scatter out a lot, and we have this big rain event, all of this, okay? And that's the overnight hours of July 2nd into the 3rd, 5 a.m. Out here in the morning, you're going to have just off the coast of Maine. The rest of the country looks clear on the 3rd. Boom. Oh, never mind. So, wait. That's noon. That's the end of convection on the 3rd, okay? You got stuff coming up on the East Coast. You got up here in North Dakota. All right, this is where it starts getting too far out to be very useful anymore, but we're still going to march through this. Here we are, overnight blossoming again, North and South Dakota, up here in Canada, down here in Mexico. Dissipates overnight, or in the morning hours. That's noontime, and now convection, the end of convection, July 4th. I got to stop saying the end of convection because sometimes it keeps convecting. So let's just say sunset. Okay, basically sunset when it's supposed to stop convecting. July 4th. Now we're talking Missouri, Indiana, right here, Alabama, Georgia. We're talking about all of Washington, or not all of it, but parts of Colorado, Wyoming, and down into Arizona, all along the ridges of the Rockies right there. These storms build up on the top of the mountains, and then they push over the top, and then the backside of the mountains gets the thunderstorms. I'm in one of those zones where we get the thunderstorms that pop up over a mountain and then move over us. Right here, this is going to be noontime the 4th, okay? So noon to 1 o'clock in the afternoon, this area right in here is going to be seeing this, all a little spot here in Alabama, Tennessee, Georgia area, or Mississippi area. That's the morning hours of the 5th. So let's say 5 p.m. right there, July 4th. So between there and there is when most people do their fireworks. Okay, that's 11, 12 o'clock. This is 11 p.m. Pacific, 12, 1, 2. Okay, so 11, 12. So midnight, if you're done with your fireworks, you're going to have thunderstorms, a second round of fireworks with lightning. How about that? I forget to mention all the lightning that goes along with these storms too. Okay, now we're into the noontime of the 5th, the end of convection on the 5th right here. It blossoms overnight of the 5th, all Indiana, Wisconsin. You just look at it. I can't name everybody now. That's the morning hours of the 6th. That is noontime the 6th. There's the end of convection the 6th, sundown, whatever. It keeps blossoming. This low tightens up really tight. This little central thing might be a tornado itself, depending on what happens with this low. See how it tightens up right there? With scattered thunderstorms and just this huge cell. Morning of the 7th, or noon of the 7th, end of convection the 7th, overnight of the 7th, morning of the 8th, noon of the 8th, end of convection of the 8th, overnight of the 8th, New York, Arkansas, The morning of the ninth, noon of the ninth, end of convection the ninth, overnight into the 10th. It's the morning of the 10th. The little noon, afternoon, or the end of convection right there. Blossoming some more possibly into the 11th. Ooh, wow. Dude, that thing came right up and touched me. Wow. Alright, sorry. I gotta keep going. Down here in Alabama. Alright. Quit messing with me. I'm trying to do a report. Damn it. What was I saying? Here at Alabama. This is noon of the 11th. Oh my god. This thing is bugging me. Whatever is messing with me here. This is going to be the end of convection the 11th. Into the nighttime of the 11th. That's morning of the 12th. Noontime, into convection, and that's it for the 12th. Okay, so let me just start this loop real quick, play it again, and whatever the heck keeps touching me. It's like somebody is in the room, like tapping on your shoulder, but there's nobody there. Interesting feeling. I pray it never happens to you. It would probably scare the shit out of you. Until you know that these entities are real. And that just because you can't see them doesn't mean they ain't there. Alright, I'm going to take a quick drag and then we're going to get into our spiritual report here. Here, I'm going to leave you with this though. This is that shot of the moon just lately with this big old bar thing over it, big old cylinder over it, okay? Some more UFO footage after this real quick while I say a quick prayer and find out what he wants me to do for the... I didn't have no gem or anything set up for the show tonight, so let me go find out what we're supposed to finish with. Okay, Lord, what do you want me to do? The other one? Both of these notebooks, huh? Oh, help me find, you know which one I just thought of when I do that. Right around here somewhere. Hang on, folks. Just bear with me real quick while you're watching this UFO footage. Try to get this focused in a little better for you. Oh, it's right here somewhere. I need some light. Oh, yes, thank you. That's it right there. Dang, you knew exactly where to look. So blessed. And cursed at the same time. Oh, it's so much fun. Alright, hang on there. I got one thing already. What was the other one you wanted to learn? Mm-hmm. Yep. Thank you, Lord. Alright, cool. He showed me the two we're gonna read tonight. Alright, hang on. Let me take a quick break. Get ready for this. birds are chirping out here. And it's dark out. Huh. Let's get close enough to sunrise. It's probably just that. Alright, now, looking at UFOs for a second. This is all real footage. There's been crazy UFO activity everywhere, and especially everywhere I go. It just follows me everywhere I go. They're watching me, studying me. It's a little alarming. Alright, so let's get out of that and pull up a good image to read to tonight. Oh, that is so gross. No wonder why the genie got pissed at him. That's not what I clicked on. How do you like your computer's just not responding, your phone's not responding to stuff, to your, whatever your input was? Devil sure knows what to use to aggravate you, doesn't he? Okay. Again, with this image. I am going to continue to bring you this image because this is a real image. I have hundreds and hundreds of photos of this event. This event took an hour long. All the birds went crazy for an hour. There was a warm wind that kicked up at the same time. If you can't see it yet, this is Jesus in the clouds. Here's his eyes, his nose, his chin. Where's my pointer? Most of you guys have seen this already, so just in case there is somebody who hasn't. Eyes, the nose, here's his forehead, okay, and his hairline right there, alright? Here's his hair flowing back. Here's his beard, his chin, beard right here, and here's a crown hovering over his head. That crown hovering over his head signifies who he is. This is Jesus in the clouds. That crown signifies power and great authority. This happened over my head on Easter of 2020, an hour-long event, okay? And I've shown you multiple events of giant faces in the clouds that follow me, watch me, study me everywhere I go. All right, how are we going to do this, Lord? You want the other one first, okay? Hang on here, let me dig this note out of here. Alright. So for this time, he wants me to convey this message to you guys. And I need something to drink, hang on. Okay, here we go. This is a time in your life when you must learn to let go of loved ones, of possessions, of control. In order to let go of something that is precious to you, you need to rest in my presence where you are complete. Take time to bask in the light of my love. As you relax more and more, your grasping hand gradually opens up, releasing your prized possession into my care. You can feel secure even in the midst of cataclysmic changes through awareness of my continual presence. The one who never leaves you is the same one who never changes. I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. As you release more and more things into my care, remember that I never let go of your hand. Herein lies your security, which no one and no circumstance can take from you. You got me? I'm going to say that again. Herein lies your security. Okay? Which no one and no circumstance can take from you. Don't you dare let anybody take this take this from you, okay? You hold on to that with everything you've got. You're going to need it. Because if you're going to be going through anything like what I've been going through, oh boy, are you going to need it. Prayer was the only thing that kept me sane today. And knowing that whether he's dead or alive, it was his will, okay? And sometimes you just gotta let go and let God and just be like, okay, I know he's being hunted, and I'm just gonna have to accept the fact that he might be dead, and hopefully his training's gonna kick in, and he's been through a lot of spiritual battles, pretty much almost every single one of them with me, so I had to like trust in that as well, and bring my buddy back. So, no matter how inadequate you may feel, you can always look to me for help. You don't need to go to a special place or assume a certain position or posture to seek my face, nor do you need to use elegant language or work to win my favor. I always look favorably on you because I see you clothed in my righteousness. I am alive in you, and I understand your thoughts perfectly. So a simple glance at me, made in faith, is enough to connect you to my help. See, you tend to waste your energy trying to determine whether your resources are adequate for the day. You keep checking your power gauge or your power level instead of looking to me for my provision. How much better to simply acknowledge your insufficiency when you awaken. This frees you to rely on my boundless sufficiency. If you stay in touch with me, I will place enough power at your disposal to meet your needs as they arise. Keep turning towards me. Your ever present help and your strength will be equal to the demands of your day. Okay? I hope that brings you guys a little bit of hope, some strength, and some charisma. Because God likes charisma, He likes courage, He likes to see, He wants to see you guys stand your ground. So when someone comes along and tries to push you off of your stand, don't let him. You stand there and you stand your ground. You got power and authority in you already that you need to harness, that you need to unlock. He's here right now. Been here for 6 years. Working miracles. You guys are witnessing the miracles. This is a miracle right here. That's why it looks so odd and so strange. And this is 10 dimensions back. You can't just see this with your regular eyes. It's too big and in your face. I had to compress this image and zoom out. If this were HARP doing this, why would they create an image in a dimension you can't see? Ask yourself that question. Why would they produce an image of Jesus with a crown over his head on Easter in a dimension that you can't see, that I only can see? Huh? How could they do that? Why would they do something like that if only I could see it and then capture it and bring it to you guys? This isn't HARP. This isn't your government doing this, okay? This is the spiritual realm. I've showed you plenty of stuff from the spiritual realm. This is our shining example. This is our golden example right here. This is a 2,000-year-old prophecy come true, okay? There is no more second guessing. There shouldn't be any second guessing for you guys anymore, all right? Seeing is believing. A picture's worth 1,000 words. This one should be worth every word in the Bible. Okay? And if you can't see it, you need to focus and pay attention. Tilt your head to the right. Here's a face with hair flowing, with a crown hovering above it. In the clouds, as predicted. You will see him coming in the clouds. You'll know he's here when you see him in the clouds. Well, here he is in the clouds, and I'm telling you he's here. That's about it for tonight. I've had an exhausting 3 days. The third day today just being the most brutal. And I need to recharge my batteries and do a lot of praying, eat something, take a hot shower, be a human for a minute. Anyways, I gotta go because the battle rages on and I have to get ready for this next volley. It's going to be nuts and I have no idea how long it will be until I get back to my next report, okay? So if I'm missing in action for a day or two, don't worry. I want you guys to continue to pray, all right? I am going through something that is hellacious. It's excruciatingly painful, not only physically, but emotionally, spiritually. It's just all of it all at once, and I'm sure some of you are going through it as well, okay? So we pray for each other. We pray for each other's strength and endurance. In the name of the Father, Holy Father, in the name of Jesus, we ask everybody in this audience, you give them strength, give them endurance to weather the storm that's coming, okay? Give them peace. Oh, did you just, no, whoa, almost died on me. I want them to get peace and take hope and get hope and take courage in this now. You guys, spiritual warriors, go get them. You have the power and the authority now. All right? These criminals are going down. Maybe they didn't read the Bible too well, or they just misunderstood how God works, because God is Jesus and the devil, and they only see the devil and think he's God. Well, there's another half. There's a good half too, and they fucked with the wrong person, and they made a deal with the devil. They're gonna have to pay. So the blood's crying out, and vengeance is coming. Okay, vengeance is coming. Justice is coming. Salvation is coming. So everybody, hang on tight, because it's about to get pretty bumpy. I love you all. I dearly miss you all. I miss you like I miss my brother today, man. I was shedding tears thinking, no, man, I'd hate to see my buddy get eaten alive. And I'd hate to see any of you guys get eaten alive either. So, all right, let's pray for each other. I'll pray for everybody here. We're the ones with the power and the authority. This small audience. Who would have thunk? Huh? Who would have thunk? Just this small audience of people and my viewers afterwards is the tight-knit family, the remnant. Anyways, I love you. I gotta go. Battle's calling. I'll get back to you guys soon. Keep your eyes peeled on your earthquakes, your weather, inbound objects. As soon as we get more data. Oh man, I gotta go over that image again too. That was such an awesome image that we had earlier today. Alright, I gotta go for right now. I gotta get a little bit of rest and some food and a hot shower and all that stuff, Alright, pray for each other. Love you all. Until my next video, I'll be back. I am back with a vengeance. You can tell.